Hi, my name's Freya. I'm a singer-songwriter and today I'm going to write a song. I've chosen to do this because I've struggled with writing recently and lacked inspiration. So I'm going to do something I've never really done before and use a random generator to write a song. This guide is as much for you as it is for me, so follow along and let's see what happens. So the first step is the chord progression. So I'm going to search up a random chord generator. The one I'm using specifically is called Auto Chords. It starts off with the feel of the song, so I'm going to go maybe more memories wise, and then the key, I quite like playing a G, so I'm going to go with G, and then I'm using a guitar and I'll keep it in a major key. So it's come up with 4 different progressions for me here. So now what I'm going to do is go on a random number generator and pick a number between 1 and 4. We have 4. That's C, F, C, G. I often use capos when writing songs, so I'm going to use another random number generator to decide which capo I'm going to use. I put number generator 1 to 5 and it gave me 3. So now we have our chord progression. We can decide on the time signature. I might just keep mine in 4/4 because that's what I mostly write in anyway. Right, so the next aspect is what the song's going to be about. So the method I'm going to use for this is by flipping the pages of a book and using whatever page or chapter I land on to write the song. I'm going to be using my famous 5 collection. There was a wooden box swollen with the wet seawater in which it had lain for years. Inspiration. I'm going to write that sentence down. Feel free to skip to other pages. I find it easier when the author is describing a place or an environment, so you can use it as sort of like a metaphor. The next thing we're going to do is brainstorm ideas based on the page that we landed on. So brainstorming ideas can be to do with any part of it that you want. I'm going to go with the idea of drowning, water, ocean, wooden rot, swallowed up by time and rotten through the past of decaying matter. That doesn't really make much sense, but it does have a lot of words in it to do with the original stimulus. By the way, feel free to stray from the stimulus. You can do this at any point during this whole thing, is straying from what you originally did, because it's about getting inspiration as opposed to just using it as a challenge, but you can do either way. The passage of time, out of your control, worried about growing older. I feel I decay more, I evolve in time takes more than it gives. Okay, that could be our starting line. So once we've got a starting line, we can use that to come up with the beginnings of the melody. Typically, I play through the chords and I sing the line and I see if I can make an interesting developed melody with it. However, another way to come up with melody that I also use when I get stuck is by plucking the strings of the guitar and using it for the melody. The line I have is, I feel I decay more than I evolve and time takes more than it gives. So I'm going to play through the chords and see what I can come up with using the string plucking method. I feel I decay more than I evolve, time takes more than it gives. Ooh. Feel I decay more than I evolve, and time takes more than it gives. So now I'm just going to play through and come up with melodies. Make sure you record them and write them down because you will forget them unless you have an amazing memory. And I typically come up with the melody, then the lyrics, excepting the first lyric, of course. I'm just going to repeat the melody I already have and come up with new lyrics for it. When I'm stuck for lyrics, I'm going to look at the brainstorm that we did earlier with the list of words that I created. Trying to build a way, put the nail through the wood, but the water rots it down and gets lost again, gets lost again. So I switched the chord there to fit the melody. Feel free to do that, feel free to not do that. The way I figured out the chord is by playing the melody on the guitar and using a chord which also has that string. I want to make the lyric there a bit smoother, and I don't know if I want to include the idea of water yet or if I just want to imply it and then say about it later. Been trying to build a raft, maybe? Capsule, or that could be better. Been trying to build a capsule It's too many syllables in it. Been trying to build a capsule nail through the wood. So I have my verse, which is awesome. So now I'm going to write the pre-chorus. The whole song needs some kind of pace, but the pre-chorus needs a bigger one than the verse, which builds up to the biggest one of the chorus, unless you want to take it back for the chorus, which is another technique. For this song, I'm going to use a pop song structure. Now I have a melody for my pre-chorus, but I don't have any lyrics. The main thing I think of when I get stuck on lyrics is what I'm trying to say with them. Am I trying to explain a certain situation or a certain emotion? And if I'm trying to say that emotion, I can't just say I feel sad or I feel angry or I feel happy. Like, well, how do you feel those emotions? You know, like, where do you feel them? Does it make you feel sick or a headache, or does it make you feel lightheaded or dizzy in any way? Then I also try to think of metaphors that can accompany that within the realms of what I've already been saying. See the hands tick by and the clouds move on, holding on. See the clouds tick by and see the hands tick by and the cloud move on. Darkness builds around that which I hold on to. I hold on to silver shine. Oh, that doesn't work. I hold on to shine is gone. Hope of help is left. Shine is gone. Hope of help is left. No longer the type to follow the light. So now I have a pre-chorus as well as a verse, so moving on to the chorus. Now choruses are quite intimidating to do because it's meant to be the catchy, the good bit. But one thing that could be helpful to remember is any part of your song could be good. Although yes, if the chorus is bad, it can be quite the letdown. Sometimes people's favourite parts could be the bridges or the pre-chorus or even the verse. So try not to let the intimidation get in your way of writing the chorus. For the chords, I feel like I want to go back into the verse chords of C, F, C, and then G again. Follow the light in the weather. There was a wooden box swollen with the wet sea water in which it had lain for years. Will I become this wooden box? I once held treasures, now I just lay swollen in the water of which I've rotted for years, maybe? Will I become swollen with rot? I used to hold treasures, gold and dust. I used to hold treasures, gold and dust, surrounded everywhere that I was. Will I become swollen with rot, left to decay as it was. There we have the starts of the song. I haven't finished yet because I'm following a pop song structure. I'm going to add another verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, and maybe an outro. But here's the song so far. I feel like decay, more than I evolve, and time takes more than it gives. Been trying to build a capsule nail through the wood, but it all rots down and gets lost again. I see the hands tick by and the clouds move on, and the darkness surrounds that which I hold on to. Shine is gone, hope of help is left, no longer the type to follow the light. I used to hold treasures, gold and dust, surrounded everywhere that I was. Will I become swollen with rot, left to decay as it was? Thank you so much for watching the video. Let me know in the comments what you create, or if you have any other ideas to add to this method or your own method. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, leave a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye!